Joining us this morning, a girl from Texas that used a little singing competition to launch a pretty good career. She sold over 25 million records, won 3 Grammys. Her latest album, Piece by Piece, in stores now. Please welcome Kelly Clarkson.
I was like, the intros are always like, I feel really good about myself. Yeah. I'm like, I'm amazing.
That's right. Well, okay, so speaking of amazing, can we get right to it since you said that you are amazing to that Twitter troll? I'm sure you've been asking about it all day. Oh my God,
do you know how I found out? I didn't even know, and I was literally being interviewed in Nashville, where I live, and I think it was USA Today or somebody was interviewing me, and they were like, what do you think about, and said her name. I can't remember her name.
Well, we don't want to talk. We don't want to give her extra publicity anyway.
No, we don't.
British TV personality
some British
troll
person, like said something, and I had no idea. So I found out in the interview, and at first I thought like maybe she had said something nice. I was like, and I was gonna feel like a butt for like not knowing who it was, and it was probably some big celebrity, and people were gonna be like, she didn't even know who she was, and then it ended up being something really mean, and I was like, oh, well, I don't know who she is, so I was like, yeah.
Honestly, when I heard it, I wanted to choke her out because if you've had a child, you know how hard it is to lose the baby weight.
Goodness,
and I don't know if this trick has ever had a child, but she said, look, Chubsters, Kelly Clarkson had a baby a year ago that is no longer baby weight. That is carrot cake weight. Get over yourselves.
She's 8 months old.
Right?
Not that I defend that, but yeah.
And then you came back and said, you know what? That's because she doesn't know me. I'm awesome. It doesn't bother me. It's a free world. Say what you will. And a lot of women are joining you on your side, supporting you because it's really difficult to lose that baby weight. And for someone who has never had a child, you just don't know that.
Yeah. And I mean, it's just, I guess the thing that really bums me out just for women is it's like you never hear men like do that, like demean other men like that
to each other.
Like it's always women that are like, or even when we walk in the room, it's like, you look so good. It's never just like, how are you? Like that's never the first question. I feel like for women, I wish that would be different. Like I feel like that, and I don't get mad, like whatever, that's how she makes her money, is blasting people, whatever,
right?
But I mean, and I'm not mad at it just because I'm confident, but I just, maybe some other girls that have weight on from that aren't as confident, and it's like, don't belittle them for creating life, like,
right?
What? That's weird.
Really, and
like,
it's the most difficult thing anyone can ever do, right? I mean, how was your prepregnancy?
Horrible.
How was the labor?
Horrible. No, actually the labor wasn't, because I found out I can't actually have well, I don't know. I maybe shouldn't say this. I just can't have kids naturally. My pelvic inlet or something.
Let's talk about your pelvis.
Yeah, let's talk about my pelvic inlet, shall we? So I have to have a C-section. So anyway, so it was like really. I think the difference is most women are like, oh, you'll be dying for the epidural or the spinal tap, like whatever it is, by the time you get there because you're in so much pain. Well, the difference is when you walk in and you're not in any pain, and then they like stick that in you. It was the worst thing that's ever happened to me. No. Yeah, it was so, and I was like crying and laughing hysterically at the same time. My doctor thinks I'm crazy, right? And I said like nothing but 4-letter words really loud over and over again. And it was, I love my doctor actually. She's awesome. But it was actually, she was super healthy, and I was so lucky. There was no complications. Like,
and that's really what you have
naturally.
To, that's what you have to focus on.
And that's why, like, I had an interview too. Like, it just makes me feel bad because I have a lot of friends that, first of all, still are trying and can't successfully have a child.
Absolutely.
Which is horrible.
So do a lot of women do.
Yeah, and then secondly, like, people have, I work a lot with March of Dimes. There's a lot of babies that are born with so many problems. Like, you know what? I focused on the fact that I had a really healthy kid, and I'm happy, and like, that's it. The weight will gradually drop, just like it gradually came on. Like, so right. I hate that, like, out of my, instead of her looking at me and seeing how happy everything is, like that's what she saw, which I guess is more of a testament of herself. But yeah.
So let's talk about your husband. How is he dealing with daddyhood?
He's already been a dad. He has 2 other kids. So he's
they're
great.
A little bit older, right? Like 8 and 12 or so.
They're 8 and 13. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And they are. Yeah, you're right. He hasn't
like
done
all
it in
over
a while.
again because it hits you again, and then you got to like
he will
relearn.
tell you it's different later in life. Like when you're that young. Like he was 21 when they got married, and they ended up starting having kids. Like it is a little different. It's all still magical, but it's just different when you're older, I think, and you have, he's like a lot more sensitive now than he was in his 20s, so right. It's really sweet, and his kids love her, so it's great. But he's great. I really hit the freaking jackpot with him. So
well, and actually getting together with him, having the 2 kids, what was it like stepping in as a stepmom? Because I'm a stepmom as well.
Yeah.
And when I met my boyfriend's son, he was 1.5, and it's a really interesting precarious position to be in, to
Yeah.
come in and say, hey, I'm not your mom, but I love you the same, and
Yeah.
I'm here for you.
Yeah, and that's honestly what I did. He was a little young. He was 6 whenever, we started dating, his or 5 or 6, and whenever we started dating. So I had a conversation with his girl who was 11, I think 10 or 11 at the time. And I was really honest. I was like, I grew up in a broken home. I had 2 different families at 2 different times. I had people walking in saying, I'm now your parent. No, I'm not your parent. And I just wanted her to know, like, I love you, and I'm just another adult figure in your life that will help support you in anything you want to do. If you want to chat about something, that's cool. If you want to not talk about it, that's cool. But we had like a really healthy start, and her mom got married even before he got married. We did. So it was kind of cool because there's already 4 parents or 4 parental units. But it can be really hard as a step parent because you love them so much, but it's kind of a thankless job, because you do a lot, and then at the same time, they're not at the end of the day yours, even though you want them to be, because you love them so much, and you're doing the homework, and you're going to the the equestrian events and the games, soccer games and stuff. So it is. But I think I've had a really good time because his ex-wife is super, she always sends me nice texts like, thank you for loving my kids so much, and
Aww.
making them feel just as important. So it's really
That's great
good.
that you don't have a psycho ex-wife to deal with.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's great for the kids too, because that's ultimately that's what's important, is that the kids are well adjusted and they feel loved.
And that's what we always say first. It's like, what, I've been in, and we all, my husband is also from a broken home, so it's like we get the gravity of the situation where the kids feel like they're pulled. It's like a tug of war thing, or you feel abandoned or whatever. So we both get that. So it's everybody just wanting to make sure that everybody feels good about, and especially having another child, that can present a problem. Yeah. So we always, we told them right off the bat, like, everybody's important here. Nobody's going to be loved more than the other.
And that's a big deal, introducing the new baby to the other siblings. So did you think about that? Did you,
They're there.
talk
They've
about
been
how
there
you
the whole process in the hospital. They were there the whole time. They both were like, we want to hold her, right off the bat. And so we have all these cool pictures. They feed her. We now, since Savannah has become a teenager, she'll hold her for 5 minutes, and she's on social media in her room away from us because we're #old. but the 8-year-old is pretty much he loves it because he's not the youngest.
It's a great idea though, because it's a built-in babysitter system, right?
Not
so you would imagine, right? You have a 15-year-old, it's a built-in babysitter.
No, once they become teenagers, you're old and they want nothing to do with you. Yeah.